You're showing up, you're making breakfast, you're getting through the day, right? But deep down, you feel like a ghost. You're not broken, but I'm going to tell you why you still feel numb and what no one else is telling you about how to fix it. I'm going to give you three things, so stick with me here to the end, okay? Let me tell you a little bit about me. After my divorce, I did what most of us do, right? Try to hold it all together, be strong, be productive. Especially those of you that are type A productive guys. You can be productive to your own fault. It's a gift, but you also got to remember it can be a curse. Your greatest strengths can also be your greatest weakness. You have to know that. Productivity doesn't fix pain, okay? The truth is I was living, but I wasn't alive. There's a difference. And no one tells you that numbness is a symptom of emotional starvation. All right, you're not weak, you're unfed spiritually, mentally, emotionally. All right, your ex can't fix this. Your job, it can't fix this. Even your kids can't fill this gap, even though we want that, right? When we're with our kids, it feels great. We think that's going to fix it, and it doesn't. It's an identity thing. And if I've learned anything with thousands of conversations of divorced dads like yourself, identity comes up one of the top two, top three. What you're missing is a personal rhythm that reconnects you to your identity, okay? Most day in the life divorced dad routines focus on surviving. You know, time will heal. And I want to talk about rebuilding your soul. So listen carefully, listen closely, get this in you. Watch this several times. These three things will change the game for you. They've changed my life. Here's what you got to do to start feeling again. Get out of that numbness. The first thing is you got to start your day in the Word, not with Instagram, not with your ex's latest email. Let God define your identity before the world tries to steal it. One of the things that I do in our cohort group is I have decks, affirmations, cards that I ask every client, every person, print them out, laminate them, get them in front of you and speaking, reading and speaking God's word in your life. This has got to be something that's much more than a verse of the day. You've got what got you here to this point is not going to be what gets you there to that point, right? This is like going from playing high school football to college football. High school football no longer works in college football. You've got to upgrade. You've got to dig deeper. You need new tools. You need new systems. You need to get bigger, faster, stronger. Same here. Number two, you got to move your body. Depression feeds on stillness. Just walk, lift something, go outside. Let motion create emotion. I always love it like this. Mentor of mine, Tony Robbins, says it like this. You got to change your state, then change your story, then change your strategy. Your state must change. You need the endorphins in there. You got to start moving around. And that will change your story. Because the story that you're living in right now is a story of depression, loss, failure, fear of man, fear of failure. That story has got to change. And in order to change the story, you change the state. And you and I both know that when you get a good lift in, a good workout in, endorphins are pumping, your story changes. You can see possibility. You see things differently. That's what we need. Okay. And then the third thing is your strategy. Your strategy will change then because your story changes. You now can see possibility. And so your strategy changes to get to that possibility. And the third one is speak truth out loud, right? Out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks. I always challenge clients. What are you speaking? Do an audit of your mouth for an entire day. What words come out of your mouth? Because your words are the architect of your future. What you speak, what you say grows. What you think about enlarges. Proverbs 18:21 says the power of life and death is in the tongue. Say what you want to feel. Speak God's word over your life. That's what I mentioned before with the decks. Those decks I still do every single day. Why? Because God's word says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's not a one-time thing. That's a daily thing. Daily vitamins, daily transformation, daily affirmations, daily possibilities, daily future building of what you want for your life and for your kids' life. This is mission critical, okay? And listen, you're not weak, okay? This isn't a weak thing. This isn't me trying to point out failures and flaws. No, this is saying, hey, I'm willing to be coachable. I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to do those things. You're running on empty because you were never taught how to fill yourself up again. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a rhythm. And that starts right now today. One step, one verse, one prayer, one moment with your kids where you're not a ghost, but fully present. And this is how you and I come back from the dead. If this hits home, drop a comment, DM the word rebuild. And if you're ready to fast track your healing, join my cohort or book a one-on-one with me. We're rebuilding 1 million dads, starting with you, starting with me. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.